Christmas Eve 2019. How is everybody doing? I decided that I needed to, just like Superman had his fortress of solitude, the one thing that I always like to do is when I'm reflecting, if I'm in desire of clarity, the one thing I do is I always seek the water, because the water is tranquil. Merry Christmas. I always, may it be a park, may it be a pond, may it be still. When I want to ground myself, I always make a point to find the water. I don't know if that's just because of my Piscean nature or just because the symbolization of my life. Because everything that I've ever done has had the water connected to it. May it be the Atlantic, may it be the Pacific, may it be the Indian Ocean. I've crossed it, I've been there. I've seen where I was guided to be. So this morning, I got up and I wanted to take advantage of this day, because this is a significant day. And this day is the prequel of the coming of Christ. Now, I must admit, though, here in Virginia Beach, this boardwalk is 5.2 miles long. And I'll show you if no, I can't, but I can turn the camera. I was all the way down there. And I started in front of me, the furthest point. And with the furthest point, for my math heads, you know, with any objective, a straight line always works. But life don't work like that, now do it. Life doesn't afford us the direct point of our destination, because it wouldn't be called life, now would it? There are pitfalls, there are distractions, there are deviants, and there are delays. But even with those challenges, because I don't like to empower the word obstacle, any of these challenges, the greatest tool that you'll ever have within yourself is to go within yourself. Because everything that you need is already there. I know that some that are very spiritual, some that dabble in the holistic realm, you hear the word manifestation thrown around, but still in that word, the root is action. But before you can have action, you must have a foundation. And before you can have a foundation, it must be a thought. It must be an emotional trigger, because it is a direct correlation of what's found within yourself. So I made a point this morning after I had my morning coffee. I decided to get up and come on down to the Oceanfront. And I enjoy coming down here after the summer months, because it's very tranquil. And I mean, granted, you have tourism all year round, but the autumn, fall months, it's cold down here. It's cold. But that's okay, because it gives you an opportunity to allow your mind to drift. And sometimes that's what's required. Sometimes, as we proverbially want to be still within our thoughts, it takes almost everything to do so, because you're prioritizing, you're multitasking, and you're trying to really master your time, because that's the one gift that no man has, or person. We're only afforded the option to respect it. So I'm down here and I'm walking, and the first thing I notice is, yes, it's cold, but I also realize that there's a lot of people walking out here that feel a certain kind of way. And I don't mean it from a biased perspective, because you got to be aware of your surroundings. You got people that, crime doesn't stop. I understand that. But it seems like Christmas Eve has been watered down and demarginalized to the point that people, they just speed past it and they're just waiting for the payoff. And to each his own. To each his own. So while I was walking, I started to ponder, I started to reflect, and I started thinking about what the next 6 months are going to be. And I don't want to steal the thunder of my New Year's video that I'm going to put out. But the one thing that kept reverberating inside my spirit was, even if you want to manifest your thoughts, you must first commit to it. And I think a lot of times we kind of get lost in that translation. We think that, well, if we do just enough, that we'll get the reward. Well, what happens? Usually, it never plays out the way you want. If anything, it adds another delay, or some confusion, or some truth. Because a lot of times in our delays, the one thing that is brought to the top is the fallacies that make up our belief system. Who am I talking to? I really believe that 2020 is going to be a very pinnacle year. I really believe it. But with the new year, you're going to have to invest. You're going to have to roll your sleeves up. You're going to have to commit to whatever the project that you have so that you can see it through. Now, there are going to be constant distractions afforded for you if you allow it room to do it. Because you got to understand, from the spiritual realm, your legacy was already written the moment you took your first breath. Did you hear me? Your legacy was already fulfilled. Your life is the prophecy of your legacy. So, the end goal should be the pursuit of happiness. But how can you define what being happy is all about if you don't know who you are? It's kind of deep, ain't it? I know. That was meant for somebody. So, just like the water is transparent, and at the same time can be translucent. There were some things that I've been pondering on too, and the one thing that I can tell you, my goal for this new year is to clip loose ends as well as reaffirm bonds. I really believe, family, that, as you know, time waits for nobody. It don't. You're not promised you're going to see tomorrow. So, what makes you think that if you have a disagreement with somebody, that you're going to have the opportunity to discuss it? That ain't nothing but fear. That ain't nothing but fear. So do yourself the best justice you can. Step to the side. Go within yourself and speak your truth. It's very important because you only have one life. And it's up to you to live it. For you guys that have never been to Virginia Beach, this is our Neptune statue right here. So if you ever come down to the 757, that'll be waiting for you at the 31st Street, right across from the Catch 31. But I prefer coming down to the Oceanfront when the tourists are not here, because it's quiet. But being that Virginia Beach is an all year round tourist attraction, it's only going to increase. But that's okay because we've got other locations that we, as we call the locals, we go to. And that's fine. They can have during the spring, summer months. We got it the rest of the year. But yes, as I was saying, one of the goals that I intend to see through is reconnection of family, reconnection of friends, and defining what that means. Defining what your self-value is, what your self-worth is. That is very, very important because far too many times do we allow our pride to break up your bonds. You can't do that. Life is too short. And yes, I know we live in a narrative where if it's seen on the internet, it must be true. Well, with that, if it's fact, they'll be able to stand on it. Just like you cite your resources and your references. And how you'll know is because it'll be defined by their passion and the commitment of that said communication. Not to be winded, I had the blessing earlier this week to reconnect with one of my first cousins that's out in California. Love you, Ronald. It's the Morton side of the family. And I didn't realize that we had not seen each other since 40 years. 40 years had passed, which is crazy. It's just crazy when I think about it. But it just validated that everything that was playing out, the community. I mean, of course, we talked on the phone as long as we could, but I had to be mindful because he's currently in the hospital, and I didn't want to tire him out because he's on dialysis. But I know God gonna make a way and make him 10 times stronger and healthier. I know that. I've already spoke that over his life. But another thing that 2020 is going to be about for me is I intend to heal the bond between my daughter, Brianna. The reason why I live, and strive not to give up. And I had to be careful how I was going to come across, because I know people, you're entitled to your opinion. I can't do anything about that. But just know, when you love someone, God will make a way. He'll make a way. He'll put you right where you need to be at the precise moment. Just like looking over a cliff. He'll put you right at that ledge to take note of what is going on. Because, once again, he makes a way when there is no way. And then, the last couple weeks, I've had these epiphanies and synchronicities, a lot of synchronicities going on. And I know that is nothing but the Most High's angels doing their work and pulling me to where I need to be and protecting me from the things I don't. And when you trust your faith, there's nothing that can't come to pass. Even to the point that what you deem is plausible, you'll come to realize that not only did it surpass it, but you'll also realize that God had something better for you all along. So you gotta keep your faith. You gotta trust. And the one thing that I think that is going on about 2020 is going to be about the word temperance. I think 2020, a lot of people's patience are going to be validated. You're going to see where you stand, but you're not going to compromise your grace. You're not. And I'm still walking. I started way down there, and I'm almost going to go all the way down to the other end. But I come down here from time to time because, like I said, it helps me stay grounded. And, there's nothing more tranquil than hearing the waves. Because when you look at your life, cause and effect, your emotions, and your mental balance, if that ain't waves, I don't know what is. But I'm excited. Like I said, I don't want to steal from my video that I'm going to put out New Year's Eve, because I got a lot to talk about. I'm just grateful that, think about it. It's Christmas Eve. There's a lot to be grateful for. You're alive. You're able to live your dreams. You should be grateful for that. You realize how many people that hasn't woke up this morning? Do you realize that? As long as you have air in your lungs, a sound mind, your dreams will be your reality. I'm just grateful. And lastly, I've had my eyes focused on, there's been some things that have caught my attention as of late. And Like I said, I'm in. I'm very into the power of synchronicity. I, I, res- I know it, I understand it, I respect it, because this is all God's will. That's how God does. God will bring people into your life, and God will show you and let you know what you need to hear at the precise moment, just as well as God will protect you from the things you don't. But you still have to do your work, because the greatest gift that was ever given was your life. So you gotta chip away the rough spots. You gotta sand down the jagged edges. You gotta define what makes you you. That's why you're priceless. Priceless. And one of the things not to lose thought, I also decided that as we close this cycle and we're about to open a new one, I want to be in the best health I possibly can be. So I've just got that longing in my spirit that the Most High is preparing me for an undertaking that requires that mind, body, and spirit is prepared, because I'm going to need it. But His will is my way. I unconditionally will obey. Now, you're saying, well, Joe, you said that a couple of times before in your videos, but I don't see no change but that gray hair on your face. I know you're laughing. I know you are. Let me tell you what. I'm glad that I have these hair follicles, because what you might not realize is they're changing. They're slowly but surely getting darker. And I know a lot of it has to do with diet. I know a lot of it also has to do with how you compartmentalize your stress. Because your hair follicle is nothing but the body's litmus paper while it's being exposed to the environment. You've got many types of everything in the air, and you're exposed every time you go outside your door. So your body's going to adjust to it, and it's there to let you know, hey, you're lacking on something, or you need this, or you don't need that. You realize how many people walk around and don't realize that they've got diseases. They don't realize that their mortality is at risk. They don't see. Prime example. You got to take care of yourself. And as long as you do that, every door that was closed, another one will be open. And they'll continue to be open. Because synchronistically, you're meant to follow that path. Now, if the door is closed, guess what? Don't take it on the chin. Don't let it get you down. Maybe, just maybe, because of that door is closed, maybe you're just meant to see it, and then what is on the other side, God got something better for you. Or better. He's trying to protect you from something that you don't know about. Something you can't see that's going to occur in your life. These all have validity. If you trust. You got to trust, family. So, I got a little bit over a mile and a half to finish walking. And then when I do get home, I'm going to upload this. I just wanted to share while I was down here, because these are the things that I do throughout the year. And I know I've had a lot of people ask, well, what is it like to live in Virginia Beach, Gerald? And I never took the time to record it. And because at first, I wanted to just go ahead and do GoPro, and but I was just being lazy. I'm keeping it 100. I was just being lazy. And I wanted to give you the best experience that I possibly could. See, right now, they have the Christmas lights tonight. Well, they've been for, I think, the last 2 weeks. And you get to drive on the boardwalk about a mile and a half. And but usually it's full, but it's cold out here, so ain't nobody gonna be out here like that. That's why our pier is empty, because usually you'll have people out there no matter what, rain, sleet, or snow. They're out there fishing. They're out there. There might be a couple out there, but still. I just want to put this video out for somebody, because I got this feeling somebody is feeling disenfranchised because Christmas is not turning out as you imagined it to be. Number one, you are the gift. So if your company is not there, don't trip, because there are countless other people that would love for you to say hello. Just like you like to be on your cell phone or your tablet or your laptop. Now we have no excuse. We can be live and direct if we want to. So you want a priceless gift that costs you nothing. Take the time to reach out to those people that have significance in your life. Even just for a second. Hey, I was thinking about you. Merry Christmas. Everything good? All right. Have a blessed new year, and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. And you'll be okay. You'll be okay. I feel excited for this upcoming season. I really do. Because I know there's going to be a lot of blessings coming out. A lot of blessings. As well as a lot of balance too, because there's going to be, unfortunately, there are going to be some synchronicities that are going to grab the attention of other people too. And that's going to let you know exactly where you stand. But guess what? We're not talking about them. Your responsibility is for you, so you can be the best you. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. So that's because, look, we live in a world where the status quo is to be miserable. You realize how many miserable people are here? It's like, and it's sad. The greatest gift you could ever bestow a person is your smile. There's only one in the world. But you got so many people walking around just mad, dysfunction. And I used to be like that. I used to be like that. For almost 20 years, I lost my smile. Slowly but surely, it was gone. And I didn't even know it, because I was just functioning. I was living. I was just living. But then I realized I wasn't even present in my own life. It's like I was on autopilot. Life's too short, fam. It's too short. I have a co-worker yesterday. came to work, found out he lost his brother. And he's from the Ivory Coast. He had to get on the first thing smoking just to go home. And being he's the elder of the family, he has to take care of the burial. And then the irony of that is my significant other, the 23rd was, yesterday, 1 year ago, I was making a beeline down I-95 because of somebody that I just built a relationship with. Had been called home to the Most High. You know, we take a lot of stuff for granted, fam. We do, you know. But that's why the doctrine is written the way it is. No man knoweth the time or the moment. I think it's kind of funny, though, because we want to make things so PC, but doctrine is doctrine, and if they wanted it to be interpreted a certain way, they would have implemented it when it was scribed. Even though we know it's allegory. It's based off of the interpretation of the scriber. And I'm pretty sure that there were some revisions done. I'm pretty sure of that too. But what does your heart tell you? What does your spirit tell you? What does your synchronicities tell you? What are the constant nuances that are playing out in your life? See, it's like that. He's in a hotel. He wants attention. Can't do nothing about it. But that's the world we live in. Instead of standing on it, being accountable for your actions, we hide in the shadows. Like Future put that song out a couple of summers ago, Mask Off. Now I ain't need no mask because we've gotten so conditioned to accepting certain behaviors. It's not needed. You got one life to live, fam. If you get anything out of that, out of what I've said, 2020 is going to be your breakout if you decide to claim it. But for it to break out,